Congress could have identified the problem with the Tuskegee experiment, with the U.S. Public Health Service experiment, as being racism, because that was obviously its problem. But Congress did not want to do that. And so instead it identified the problem as lack of ethics and lack of proper process. And so Congress said, let's set up a system that is designed to be ethical from the beginning. The Belmont Report was the federal report that identified the ethical principles that should undergird the proper conduct of research. And so when the system was set up, ethics was intended to be part of the system. And I think in the early days, there were, I'm sure, IRBs that tried their best to integrate ethics into their decision-making. The problem is that in 1998, that Congress leaned on the federal administrators who were supervising the IRB system and said, you guys aren't being tough enough. And the federal administrators said, okay, Congress wants us to be tougher. We will. And they shut down temporarily some or all federally funded research at a dozen major institutions. Now, this may not sound like a big deal, but you're talking many millions of dollars and tremendous disruption of research of every kind. Studies can't continue. Subjects can't be enrolled. Data can't be processed. You can't go to conferences. You can't do anything. And it was a body blow to those institutions and a serious warning to institutions everywhere. The IRB's primary goal maybe should not be ethics. Maybe it should be avoiding the federal hammer. And from that day to today, ethics has been out the window, and avoiding federal punishment and other repercussions has been their main concern. So while the system talks about ethics and presents itself as ethics and thinks it's ethics, it's not. It's protecting against risks of various calamities the institution is afraid of. That's not ethical. That's just covering your ass.